Hi, my name's Claudia Bricks, and I want to welcome all of you to our Peace Pole rededication and our Sister Cities Peace Gardens dedication ceremony. Thank you for coming, and hopefully we won't have any rain or winds that will blow us away. Our small but mighty group of volunteers has made this Peace Park possible, and I would like to recognize Mary Kay. Where are you, Mary Kay? Mary Kay's in the back with the beautiful blouse on. And Mary and Frank Kozan right up here in the front. And Bill, is Bill here who paints the rocks? Is Bill here? Yep. Thank you, Bill. And who else did I forget? We are a small but mighty group, and we just installed these beautiful benches right over here last week, and yesterday our water fountain, our hydration station just got installed, and if you look closely there's a bowl at the bottom of it for our canine friends. So we're very pleased. It's already been used several times today. We're going to the Concordia Singers here, Gesangverein. I got it right? Yay, okay. We'll open the program with a song called Willkommen. Thank you. And now we will have an invocation by Reverend Jim Hollister of the First Congregational Church. Thanks, Jim.
Thank you. This is a great day and a wonderful crowd and wonderful weather. I'm pastor at the Congregational Church up here at 3rd and Bluff. Just wanted to say it was about 25 years ago this month that I met Larry McDonald, who was this inspiration behind the Peace Pole. He called me before I even started the job here to try to sell me life insurance. And we became good buddies. And he had a heart for peace and for Sheboygan and for our world, and I'm grateful to have known him. So please join me in prayer. Holy One, source of our lives and giver of peace, we are thankful for this event at this beautiful park in this beautiful community. We offer our heartfelt thanks for all those who've put in so many hours tending to this park. The volunteers, weeding and planting and painting. We're thankful for our city's park department and the mayor and staff. We're thankful for the Greenscape crew. We're thankful for Larry and Darlene McDonald and for their vision, and for all who supported the cause of peace at every level. Thank you for those who have donated flowers and plants and paper cranes. For each person who has visited this place and sat and rested and prayed and sang and done yoga and picked up after their dog. Bless this dedication ceremony as we dedicate the gardens and rededicate this Peace Pole, celebrating the rich relationships we enjoy with our fellow citizens and neighbors near and far, including friends in our sister cities in Germany and Japan and all over this precious globe, which is our home and which sustains us all in ways that are beyond our understanding. May all your creation bless your holy name. Amen. Thank you.
Thank you, Jim. Kelly and Shane, come on up here. Come on, come on. We were very fortunate to run across Kelly Bars, and we invited her to come down to the Peace Park to see what we were doing, and she said, "You have me till March." Well, that was 2 years ago. She has volunteered all of her time and all of her drawings as a professional landscape architect to help build this beautiful park. This is only phase 1 right here. We have drawings from Kelly for phase 2 along the east side and phase 3 along the west side, and there will be a permanent wall at the southern end. So I want to just recognize Kelly for all of the help that she's given us for over the years. Give her a round of applause, please.
Thank you.
And her partner in crime is Shane Hummich from Greenscape. And Shane single-handedly has gotten all the crews down here to make sure that we get all the pavers in right and that the water fountain worked, because I called him this morning and said it's leaking, and he was down here lickety-split to get it all fixed. So Shane, thank you so much for everything that you've done. Okay. That's the fun part of this job. We have the greeting from Mayor Vandersteen. So Mike, would you come up, please? Thank you.
Thank you, Claudia. As Mayor of the City of Sheboygan, it's a real privilege to be here for this event. You know, these ladies called me up a while back and said, we have a meeting and we're talking about having a peace park in Sheboygan. We said that Larry McDonald started this idea when he proposed the peace pole, which has been in this park for many years. But these citizens felt we needed to build more around it and really make this place a refuge for people. So I went to many of the meetings, and they had more meetings, and they talked about a lot of ideas, and people brought drawings up. But the best decision they made was when they reached out to Kelly Bars, and she put a plan together for them. And once they had that plan, they were really on it to implement everything as soon as they could. So, you know, that really gave them the direction that they needed, and they really have a great group of people in the Friends of Peace Park. Their logo's right here. And they've done an amazing job as just a bunch of citizens who got together and wanted to make Sheboygan a better place to live and to make this peace pole a huge success. I also really appreciate the fact that they came to us and asked if they could recognize Sheboygan's sister cities with a special garden, and we really appreciate them bringing that up and making this a reality. We really like the idea that we have a way to recognize Esslingen, Germany, and Sabami, Japan in this garden that we have here today. Some time ago we felt that we needed to do some things like that to recognize our sister cities and make them more visible to all of our residents. And so the Mayor's International Committee several years ago started an event called Esslingen Fest. And it's been a big success, and the people from Esslingen said, well, the next time we come, we would really like to come during Esslingen Fest. So that's why they're here in September rather than May. And we like to invite all of you to consider coming down on Sunday. We're open from 11 till 4. Tomorrow, some of the members of the delegation here will be making some of their specialties that they have in German food, and those will be served at Esslingen Fest along with the best brats in the world.
Where is it?
It'll be held at Three Sheep's Tap Room, which is on the north side of town at North Avenue. Now, there's some real road construction on North Avenue, so you might have to take Calumet Drive, and off of Martin you can get in the back way. But, you know, we're here to remember the peace that we want in our world. And many years ago, I joined the Sheboygan JCs. And there's a line in that creed that really reminds me of this event and the peace that we want for our world, is that the brotherhood of man transcends the sovereignty of nations. Something that really struck a chord with me and I think is really very fitting for this event. So thank you so much for the invitation to be here. Thank you to everyone that came today, and I will go on with the next part of the program.
Thanks, Mike.
You're very welcome.
Thanks, Mayor Vandersteen. Can you hear me all right? Oh, yes. Hallelujah. Okay. Now we're going to do the rededication of the Peace Pole. But before we do that, I would like to recognize someone else from the city who has made a lot of this very possible. Joe Curlin. Where are you, Joe? There he is. Thanks so much, Joe. He's been like our right-hand man, trying to navigate all of the rules, regulations, and things we didn't know that we needed to do. So thank you so much, Joe, for coming here today and helping with all your help. We also have Ryan Sorensen. Where's Ryan? Okay, Ryan's in the back. He'll be talking to us a little bit. And Rose and Cole Phillips are right here. They're going to be our Japanese arm for today. And next I would like to ask Janet McDonald Kepsel to come up here, and if there's any of her family members that would like to come, we're going to rededicate the Peace Pole in honor of her father, Larry Sands McDonald. You want to hold that? Okay, you're going to step right over there, nice and high. We're going to be putting on this wreath of peace and friendship, and I'll be talking a little bit about the meaning of the flowers that are up here. But right now, Janet McDonald Kepsel.
Hi. We have 5 generations here that are being represented of the McDonald clan. And the oldest the oldest, now can you hear me? Okay, the oldest part of the 5th generation is my father's cougar is sitting right over there.
That's the car.
Yeah. So that's the oldest, and then 2 of his 4 children. So I'm one, and my brother Scott is here. We have 2 of his 5 grandchildren here. My son Jacob, who now owns the cougar, and my daughter Christy, and then we have 6 of his 8 great-grandchildren here, and they live in Sheboygan. So I know my father would be pleased. I think he would be more than pleased. I think he would be amazed. He would be overwhelmed at the direction that the park has taken with all the volunteers, and just to pass on his message of peace. Since 2006, the pole was put in 2006, and he passed in 2011, and most of this has occurred since he passed in 2011. So I think his expectations for what was to happen here is actually, where am I not? I think the expectations for him are actually beyond what has happened here is beyond his expectations.
Cool. All right. Okay. Can you hear me? Okay. She said that her father would be very happy beyond the expectations. He died in 2011, and the pole was put in 2006. And the park was dedicated about that time as well. So when we have a wreath here, can you hold it up? The flowers on the wreath were chosen for very specific reasons. The blue cornflower, which is this one right here, is the national flower of Germany, right? Okay. That's what the notes say. Okay. The chrysanthemum is the national flower of Japan. And the rose is the national flower of the United States. So Nancy Dents, where are you, Nancy? Nancy and Mary Kozan put this wreath together, and I'm really very, very happy about that. They did a beautiful job. The white rose represents friendship between the giver and the recipient, And the peonies in the wreath represent health and prosperity. The shape of the wreath, a circle, has no beginning and no end, a fitting symbol for the friendship between us as individuals and between our countries. And I'm going to add on the planet on a global scale. It is our wish that this friendship will go on for a long, long time. So if you want to place the wreath on the peace pole, the peace pole says, "May peace prevail on earth," in 16 different languages. And there's a little tripod there that we're going to put the wreath on and hope it doesn't blow over. Okay, thank you. Larry McDonald's middle name was Sands, Larry Sands McDonald. And his favorite group was the Cordettes of Sheboygan. How many of you have heard of the Cordettes? All right, dandy. And his favorite song was Mr. Sandman. The Cordettes sang that song in 1954. I had asked Janet to bring her mom, Carol Bushman, who is the last remaining Cordette who lives in Sheboygan. But I just got a text from her and her mom isn't feeling well. So let's just remember Carol Bushman, who is the remaining Cordette that sang Mr. Sandman, by a round of applause to say thank you, Carol. So thank you, the McDonald Kepsel family, for laying the wreath of friendship and peace. And now we're going to have a special message, special song. We're going to sing Mr. Sandman. Can we sing along? No, maybe not. Okay. Mr. Sandman, bring me a when the nights are over, Sandman, she's all alone, don't have nobody to call her own. Please turn on your magic ring, Mr. Sandman, bring us a dream. And lots of wavy hair like Liberace, Mr. Sandman. Someone to hold, a piece of peachy before letting you go. Please turn on your magic beam, Mr. Sandman, bring us, please, 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 Mr. Sandman, bring us our dream. I took a little video. I'll share that with Carol the next time I see her. Thank you very much, Janet and your family, for recognizing Larry, your father, and we put this together in honor of Larry so that we can keep peace going on in this park and in this community for as long as we can. Okay, now we want to move into the dedication of our sister cities' peace gardens that Kelly designed. They're over here. Where this Japanese maple is, the red tree, that's the Japanese garden in honor of Tsubame, Japan. Where the cranes are is part of that garden with the hydrangeas and some other plants that Kelly planned for the Japanese garden. Aren't those cranes cool? There's 1,000 cranes, and I'll tell you more about that when Rose and Cole come up here. On the far side, where the maple tree is the German garden in honor of Esslingen, Germany. That's our sister city. And we have some edelweiss, except they don't bloom this time of the year. They bloom in the spring. So they're there, and they were beautiful. And we also have some other flowers that are representative of Germany. The middle garden, where the sign is the Sheboygan garden. So the purpose of the garden is to recognize that in World War II, Japan and Germany and Sheboygan were bitter enemies. We are not now. We are friends and allies. So peace is possible, and that's why we wanted to honor our sister cities. And to help us do that is Ryan Sorensen to talk about a little bit of history of the sister cities. Ryan? He's the Sheboygan alderperson for District 8.
All right.
And a good friend.
Thanks, Claudia. Let's give it up for Claudia. It's her birthday today. Happy birthday, Claudia. All right, willkommen. How's everyone doing today? Thank you guys for coming out today. This is an important celebration for the rededication for Peace Park and for the Peace Pole, as well as for our sister city garden. As Claudia stated, my name is Ryan. I am a city council member. I'm also on the international committee, the mayor's international committee. So we're welcoming our friends here from Esslingen, Germany today. So I hope you guys are enjoying your time here in Wisconsin. As Claudia stated before, Sheboygan has a very rare and unique opportunity to celebrate our sister city partnerships with Esslingen, Germany and Tsumame, Japan. And these friendships have endured for over 50 years. And as Claudia said before too, you know, to sustain peace, it's never easy. Over the course of the past century, we have been bitter enemies, maybe more than once. However, today we celebrate our long-lasting alliance and our friendship, and hopefully that continues for many, many years. We also have very unique paths that we have forged throughout history as well too. Esslingen has a very medieval past, while Sheboygan has a very agricultural past. So even though we grew up differently and we were founded differently with different origins, we still come together and celebrate the work that we have done and the similarities that we celebrate today. And there's always more work that we can do, but celebrating friendship is something that we always should strive for. And with everybody being here today, we know that peace can prevail and it will prevail. Now more than ever, it is more important that we work and strive for peace and sustain it. We live in a crazy time and we never know what is going to happen. So you being here alone and your continuing involvement is very much needed and applauded. So there are several ways that you can stay involved. Do whatever we can to sustain peace throughout the world. Follow Friends of Peace Park on Facebook. Follow the Mayor's International Committee on social media as well too. Come to Esslingen Fest on Sunday at Three Sheeps as well. Just some final things too. Let's give it up for Joe Curlin and the Parks Department for all their work that they have done in making this possible, as well as the Friends of Peace Park Committee. Without their vision and energy and endurance, they would have never had this possible. They got vision, and I'm super excited to see what else that they have, which will come in the future. This park is still growing, and I hope to see you guys here for many more events in the future. Thank you so much.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, Claudia.
Thank you. Is that yours or mine? No. Okay. Don't you love the wind? Thank you, Ryan. We now have a special song by the Concordia Singers called Edelweiss. So, and it's okay to sing along, I think. Thank you. That was beautiful. I forgot to mention that the Concordia Singers are under the direction of Frederick Strasburger. So he's the guy with the beautiful hat on. All right. Okay. Now we've recognized our sister city of Esslingen. We'd like to move on to recognizing our sister city of Tsubame, Japan. And it took me a while to figure out how to say it and to spell it. So I think I've got that down. Can anybody remember what year that Edelweiss was famous? What year was that? Not 1969, lower. 62. Not 62. 65. 1965. Where were you in 1965 before the gray hair set in? Okay. All right. Rose and Cole, would you like to come up, please? Rose is an alderperson for the Sheboygan's District 7, and she and her husband, Cole, and their children decided to begin learning to speak Spanish about a year or so ago.
Japanese.
Excuse me. I said Spanish. Sorry. Japanese. And that's what it says in my notes. I just made it up. Rose and Cole will be reading the lyrics from a well-known Japanese song, Skies of Blue, in Japanese and in English. So here you go.
Thank you. If you've got them.
Yep.
Hold it close and kiss the mic and speak.
Ready? Aoi sora wa. Aoi sora wa. Aoi sora wa. Aoi mama de. Kodomo ni tsutaitai. Moeru hachigatsu no asa. Kage mare. Moe tsukita. Chichi no. Haha no. Kyodai tachi no. Hinochi no. Omomi o kata ni seote. Mune ni taite.
Let us leave. Can you hear me? Is this working? Okay. Let us leave our children skies of blue. That burning August morning, even shadows burnt away. That weight of fathers, mothers, brothers, sisters' lives we carry and we hold.
Aoi sora wa. Aoi mama de. Kodomo ra ni tsutaitai. Ano yoru hoshi wa damate. Tsuresa te ita. Chichi no. Haha no. Kyodai tachi no. Inochi no. Omomi o ima nagasu. Toro no hikari ni komete.
Let us leave our children skies of blue. That night the essence of thousands vanished silently into space. The weight of fathers, mothers, brothers, sisters' lives now float like lantern lights to sea.
Aoi sora wa. Aoi mama de. Kodomo ra ni tsutaitai. Subate no kuni kara. Ikusa no hi o keshite. Heiwa to ai to yojo no inochi no kagayaki o kono katai. Akyushu to utagoi ni komete. Utagoi ni komete.
Let us leave our children skies of blue. Put out the fires of war from every nation in the world. May we put peace and love and friendship and the glory of life in our handshakes, in our voices, and in our songs. Ayana, give her your mic. One more line. You've got it.
No, I need it. Please leave us skies of blue.
You want two?
This one.
You need two?
No, I don't need this one. Don't go away, Karen.
There you are.
Hang on, let me show this.
Okay.
This is
flip
what
it
he was
upside down.
reading.
Oh, other way.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, good job. Yeah, okay. The other way, all right. You see all the peace cranes that we have hanging in the burning bush over here. There are 1,000 of them. In Japan, the crane is one of the mystical or holy creatures and is said to live for 1,000 years. I didn't know a crane could live that long, but 1,000 years is a long time. An ancient legend promises that anyone who folds 1,000 origami cranes, I did one and then said, this is not my forte. So anyone who folds 1,000 origami cranes, one for every year of the crane's life, will be granted a wish. Often it is a wish for long life and good health. Okay, we did the 1,000 cranes, so I want everybody to take a moment, go inside for a second, and make a wish. You don't have to tell anybody, just make a wish. The legend was popularized through the story of Sadako Sasaki, a young girl who developed leukemia after exposure to the radiation of the atomic bomb dropped on Hiroshima in 1945. After spending almost 10 years in hospitals, Sadako began folding paper cranes with the goal of making 1,000 and getting her wish for good health. Can you picture that? However, sadly, she died before she could complete the task. In tribute, her classmates finished making the cranes for her. Now, each year, school children bring folded cranes to her statue in her honor at the Hiroshima Peace Park. Following today's ceremony, our cranes will be taken to the John Michael Kohler Art Center, where they will be put on display beginning in mid-October. A few cranes, however, will be sent to Sabame so that they will have a memento of today's event as well. Is this ready now? Let's see. And to talk about our Peace Rocks is Mary Kozan. Where's Mary? Okay. Did you want to add any more about the peace cranes?
No, you got it.
Okay. She sat at home putting them together.
Lots of people made the cranes, but I strung them all, so I'm a little strung out. I wanted to tell you about the Peace Rocks. Sheboygan Rocks have been popular for a couple of years, but they started in Ohio. A group of college students wanted to promote kindness for the young children in their community. So they painted rocks and they put a message, be kind, you're nice, you're awesome. And on the back they put kindness rocks. Well, people, they hid them in different places in public parks and at parking lots. And kids found them, people found them, and they re-hid them for someone else to find. And then they heard about it in another community. And they heard about it in another community and another, and it made its way to Sheboygan a few years ago. And now it's made its way all around the world. Sheboygan rocks have appeared in Europe and in Canada and Mexico. They have appeared, and rocks from those places have shown up here in Sheboygan. We have been putting Peace Rocks here at the Peace Park for a little over a year. And we have, through our painter Bill and some other members, we have some rocks here at the table behind me. Some of them have a message of peace, some are just beautiful rocks that Bill painted. And we would like to invite anyone who wants to come to get a rock after the program is over. Take it with you, hide it someplace or keep it, And if you find a rock sometime when you're here at the Peace Park, pick it up and hide it in a new place for someone else to find. But first, I would like Mayor Mike to come forward, and the mayor of Esslingen. I believe he's here. Yep. In there, are they? Oh, here. No, not those. The ones in the basket.
The ones in the back.
Yep, the ones in the basket. That they may each pick one. Our artist in residence, Bob Fleming, way in the back there in the red hat, has painted rocks that have the Sheboygan Friends of Peace Park logo on them. So each of the mayors is getting a rock with the logo on it as a memento of today. And on Sunday, each member of the Esslingen delegation will also be receiving a rock.
Thank you. Did you want to say anything? You already said something. All right. All right. Did you? Thank you, mayors.
Thank you.
Truly international. This is really wonderful. I think I've gotten everything. Our story is on the back of your program, how we started with a number of people. And like we said, when Kelly Bars came on board, we had a plan, we had a vision, and off we went. We are unstoppable, except when it rains. So I'd like to bring this to a close by having the Concordia group sing a parting song, a short and sweet farewell message. The message that song just shared: we come as friends, we part as friends. Would you turn to the people around you and shake their hand and say, I'm sure glad that you were here, and go forth and be of great courage and spread peace wherever you go.